Just making sure our offenses ran smoothly and then reinforcing what we were able to do in that game against Connecticut defensively, making sure we're covering up in the paint, limiting paint points for our opponents. And then when we go down on the offensive end, make sure we're getting good, easy looks. I'll say that travel is different. I didn't think it would be that bad because we traveled in college, but it's definitely different. Make sure to take care of your bodies, finding what food is going to help you be prepared the next day for a game and playing those heavy minutes. So I definitely say the travel right now. Absolutely. We want to find what made us successful in that game. And down the stretch, our defense is what held us together. And if you play defense, you're going to win games. Your shots will start to fall. And that's what we saw in the fourth quarter and overtime. So that's what we're going to have to focus on moving forward.
I like that. Yesterday, we did spend our time actually introducing ourselves to our playbook because it was so interesting what we were doing on the court. So that sort of spoke to us that, we probably needed to really hone in when we sent a revised playbook to them, kind of going, okay, this is what we think we're currently good at or can be good at. And let's lock in on that. So that was the bulk of yesterday. And, yesterday that was all we did was go through plays. And then today a more full schematic practice on both ends of the floor. But again, a continuation offensively of what we built yesterday. And I'm pretty good about recognizing the difference between the paralysis by analysis situations that occur sometimes for maybe a new player who's trying to figure their teammates out. But, we talked a lot about this in training camp that, you avoid those situations when you communicate. And so, it gets, it's mind boggling how something so easy can be so absent from possessions, especially as you're trying to learn, a new group and in some cases, a new team entirely, new coaches, new lingo. Well, the way you work through that, and that's why I always use Natalie as an example, is to talk during a possession. She points, she uses head nods, eye contact and verbal. And so when you're playing with Natalie, very rarely do you see those moments where it looks like confusion and I don't know what to do, so I'm not doing anything. Now, that's not anywhere near the same as a lack of effort that we were given defensively, in particular the game at Seattle. That had nothing to do with, hey, I'm not quite sure about this, that, and the other. That was very kind of you to consider that's possible. But that was just a flat out, lack of, it's not a group that doesn't engage or doesn't want to do well. I don't do well with players that don't play hard. So if there's a reputation of not playing hard, they would not be here. I think it was more a matter of they think that they were doing certain things. And then when they saw the video, there was recognition that they're not. I have had to coach effort in camp this year, and it was never an issue. And we largely have, the same players from last year with a couple of additions. And so I think it's just pointing it out, use of video, and just kind of keep hammering with it because you just can't be successful without, every coach will tell you that when you play hard, great things happen to you. And there's no excuse for why we wouldn't do that. That's the question I've had to answer the most is, why, was something that came so naturally easy for us last year to, because it's worth points in a game, your connectivity and your passion and how hard you're playing. And it's, a lot of instances, people kind of look at our roster, look at others, and they kind of go, well, Minnesota doesn't have the talent to beat people. Why are they winning? Well, because we play hard and we play passionately and we play connected. So it's been a little bit more of a struggle this year. And I can't necessarily put my finger on it. We're going to continue because it's just not going to be how I'm going to spend the season. And so I think they don't want to spend the season that way either. And so I think that's what you saw in our last game. And hopefully it's something that, was not just something we did one time because we were desperate to win a game. It's got to become our identity.